Our next award is the ASTDA Achievement Award. And this is an award that we present to a person who's sort of at the mid-career stage to acknowledge an outstanding body of work in sexually transmitted diseases or for a single major achievement in the field. Obviously, this year's winner has an outstanding body of work, and she also has recent achievements in the field, so she was doubly worthy. I'd like to invite up our awardee, Patty Kissinger.
I had to write it down so I wouldn't forget. Thank you so much. Thank you so much to ASTDA for this wonderful award. I really appreciate it. And I want to say there's 3 reasons I got into STD research. So, of course, the first and most obvious one is that I get to talk about sex all the time, right? So who doesn't love that? Everybody loves that. The second reason is because STDs in sexually transmitted disease research, we see a lot of health disparities. So I feel that it's more than just important for science, it's also important for justice. So that's an important thing for me. And the third reason is because I get to work with such wonderful people, amazing people, and I wanted to just talk about a couple of these amazing people. So one of the first amazing people is Dave Martin, who's been my mentor for a long time. He is one of the most humble and smartest people I know. He's so patient, he's so generous. He's generous with his time, he's generous with many things. And he's also been the mentor of many of the prior awards. In fact, you might have thought this was a Dave Martin Mafia, but it's not. I just happen to be a lucky recipient. He couldn't be here today, but I wanted him to know how grateful I am to him and how influential he was in my career. So another person is Ned Hook. Ned Hook, whose 1999 editorial was the stimulus for me to care about trichomonas. I hadn't really thought much about trichomonas, Ned, and you got me interested with your editorial. And then one day I was at a conference and Ned said, you know, what are you reading these days? And I said, well, yeah, epidemiology books. And he said, no, you need to read novels. So I'm like, okay, Ned. So I joined a book club, and Ned, I've been in that book club ever since. Thank you so much. I also want to thank Sevgi Ural because Sevgi, she's such a strong role model, an amazing person. And also she taught me the importance of behavior in anything, and in science it's so important. So I really appreciate her impact on me as well. Then I also want to talk about the amazing warriors. This is Gail Bolin, Kim Workowski, Carolyn Deal. These are women or scientists who elegantly navigate through the politics from administration to administration, and we've been through many of them, but they get things done. Even through all this adversity, they get things done, so I'm really appreciative for them. Then there are the networkers. So Susan Rosenthal, who was an early mentor of mine, she is definitely a person who's been influential. She taught me the importance of working in groups and how important other people are, so thank you, Susan, for teaching me that. And also, well, of course, King Holmes, of course you have to mention King because he wrote the book on STDs, so why wouldn't you mention him? Of course, he's been very influential. I also want to thank Lynn Barkley, who's been influential in making me understand all about advocacy. You can have all the science, but if you don't have advocacy to get people together and get money to the field, then you don't really get much done, so thank you so much for that. And then the hundreds of other people I've had the opportunity to interface with, actually many of them work with, Leander, Christina Musny, people that I've been able to work with, and so I'm very appreciative for all that I've learned from them, and I continue to work for them. So I want to also talk about a few other people that aren't here. I have to mention my program manager of 20 years, Noreen Schmidt, amazing. She's not only a colleague, but she's also a co-conspirator and just great. She's just been wonderful. And then my husband, who couldn't be here because he's back at home taking care of my 3 teenagers. So I want to thank my teenagers because they keep it real for me. They explain things to me. They allow me to come in and do sex ed talks at their school, which I'm sure is extremely embarrassing, but they let me do it. And also, they helped explain to me what the real meaning of those lyrics were about that song. So anyway, I just wanted to say thank you so much to everybody. ASTDA and everyone here, and Christina Musney for nominating me. Thank you, Christina. And so thank you very much.